There was a time when blackmail required evidence. A photo, a video, a secret someone actually kept. But in 2025 that changed. Today you don't need to take a photo for it to exist. You don't need to send a video for it to be shared. And you don't even need to speak for your voice to be cloned. Across the United States, the United Kingdom, South Korea, India, Australia, and parts of Africa, a new form of crime is spreading faster than law enforcement can control it. Artificial intelligence is now being weaponized, not by governments, not by corporations, but by teenagers, organized cybercriminals, and anonymous online groups. This is the story of how faces are stolen, and how lives are being destroyed by images that were never real. This is Bad Files. Chapter 1, How It Started. Deepfake technology is not new. The term deepfake first appeared online in 2017 when users began using machine learning to swap faces in videos. At first it was experimental. Then it became entertainment. Then it became dangerous. By 2023, AI image generators had become widely accessible. By 2024, voice cloning tools required less than 10 seconds of audio to replicate a person's voice. By 2025, anyone with a smartphone and basic instructions could create hyper-realistic fake images of real people. No hacking required. Just a photo pulled from Instagram, or a LinkedIn profile, or a school yearbook. The barrier to entry disappeared. And that's when blackmailers noticed. Chapter 2, The Explosion in 2025. In early 2025, law enforcement agencies in multiple countries reported a surge in complaints involving AI-generated explicit images. Teenage boys were creating fake explicit photos of classmates using AI tools and circulating them in private messaging groups. In several U.S. states, arrests were made after schools discovered students selling fabricated images of female classmates. In South Korea, investigations revealed Telegram channels where thousands of manipulated images were being shared. In the UK, authorities warned parents about AI-generated revenge images targeting minors. What made these cases different? The victims had never taken explicit photos. They were victims of fabrication. And the images looked real enough to ruin reputations. Chapter 3, How the Blackmail Works. The process is disturbingly simple. Step 1. The criminal downloads a victim's public photo. Step 2. They upload it into an AI generator trained to create explicit content. Step 3. The tool generates a hyper-realistic fake image. Step 4. The victim receives a message. Pay or we send this to everyone. Sometimes the threat includes screenshots of the victim's followers list. Sometimes it includes cloned voice messages. Sometimes it escalates into harassment across multiple platforms. The target doesn't know what to do, because explaining that something is fake is harder than proving something is real. Chapter 4, Voice Cloning Escalation. In mid-2025, a new layer emerged. Voice cloning. Criminals began using short audio clips from TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram stories to train AI voice models. Parents began receiving phone calls. Calls that sounded like their children. Crying. Begging for help. Claiming to be kidnapped. In some cases, the voices were entirely synthetic. In others, they were paired with deepfake videos. The psychological pressure was immediate. And payments were demanded within minutes. Authorities in North America and Europe have confirmed multiple incidents involving AI-generated distress calls. Even when no kidnapping occurred, the emotional damage remained. Chapter 5, Teenagers as Perpetrators. One of the most disturbing trends of 2025 is not organized crime. It's peer abuse. In several countries, minors have been charged for generating explicit AI images of classmates. Many of them claimed they didn't understand the severity. They believed it was a joke, a prank, a harmless experiment with technology. But courts have increasingly treated these cases under child exploitation laws, even when the images were artificial. This raises new legal questions. If an image is fake but depicts a real minor, is it illegal? In many jurisdictions, the answer is yes. The technology moved faster than the law. Now the law is catching up. Chapter 6, International Response. Governments are reacting. The European Union has proposed stricter AI transparency regulations. Several U.S. states have introduced laws criminalizing non-consensual AI-generated intimate images. South Korea has expanded digital sex crime penalties to include synthetic media. But enforcement is complicated. Many AI tools are hosted overseas. Many creators remain anonymous. And new tools appear weekly. This is not a single platform problem. It is a global infrastructure problem. Chapter 7, The Psychological Impact. Victims report anxiety, isolation, social withdrawal, fear of school or work, online harassment, loss of trust. Even when the image is proven fake, the damage can persist. Because once something circulates online, screenshots survive, whispers continue, and reputations change. The crime does not require reality to cause harm. It only requires belief. Chapter 8, The Money Trail. Blackmailers often demand payment through cryptocurrency, gift cards, mobile money, wire transfers. Many operate across borders. Small payments accumulate quickly. A few $100s from hundreds of victims becomes a profitable enterprise. Cybercrime units have identified clusters operating through encrypted messaging apps. Some tied to larger fraud networks. Others loosely organized groups of young offenders. The anonymity of digital currency makes tracing difficult, but not impossible. Chapter 9. Why this is different from old blackmail. Traditional blackmail relied on real secrets. AI blackmail relies on manufactured evidence. That difference changes everything. Because in this new reality, anyone can be framed. Anyone can be fabricated. Anyone can be digitally altered. The burden shifts from, "Did you do this?" to "Can you prove you didn't?" And in the digital world, proof is complicated. Chapter 10. What protection looks like. Experts recommend reducing public exposure of personal images, strengthening privacy settings, avoiding oversharing voice clips, reporting immediately rather than paying, preserving evidence of threats. But even with precautions, no one is completely immune, because the tool only needs one clear image, and most of us have dozens online. Chapter 11. The future. AI tools are improving rapidly. Image realism is increasing. Voice synthesis is becoming indistinguishable from reality. Detection tools are improving too. But it is an arms race. And history shows that technology spreads faster than safeguards. The question is no longer whether this crime will continue. The question is how societies adapt. The new reality. We are entering an era where seeing is no longer believing. Where hearing is no longer proof. Where identity itself can be duplicated, altered, and weaponized. The victims of AI deepfake blackmail did nothing wrong. They posted a photo. They spoke in a video. They lived normal digital lives. And that was enough. This is not just a cybercrime story. It is a warning. In a world powered by artificial intelligence, your image is data. Your voice is data. And data can be manipulated. The files may be fake, but the consequences are real. This is bad files.